What do I need up? I honestly don't even hear. I don't hear you coming through, Miss Crystal.
Well, I heard something now.
Did you say she has? Was there? You said at some point like she had bad Wi-Fi or something.
Oh,
She
I'm
couldn't break.
hearing us through the live.
Oh. Oh, I changed. And welcome to Incredibly Live. I'm loud as hell on OBS. Let me
It's
turn
just your
myself down.
headphones.
No, it's because I turned myself up for you, I think.
Oh,
For quick plug for Full Power Podcast. Check us out on the Patreon. But anyway,
oh,
welcome to Incredibly
yeah,
Live. I'm your host, Joey, joined by my co-host Uch and
sure.
special guest Crystal hanging out in the wings right now. Waiting to go. I'm a little hoarse. I'm a little under the weather right now. I got some kind of weird cold going through, so I'm gonna try to not overexert myself. But sorry for the late delay. Thanks for joining us today. If you're here for the first time, or if this is your, you've been here a while, please leave us a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like what we do here, because we have a lot of fun and we just want to know if you guys are enjoying it with us. So, first things first, shout out Kronos for being here
You're
early.
my boy. What's going on?
Yeah. And thank you everybody who is here and just hanging out in the wings. Don't forget to hit the like button, please. As always on this show, we're going to start out nice and early and fresh with the comic picks of the week. I really need to go on Fiverr and just get some
Like a jingle, like a
some
transitional
jingles
thingy.
done.
Well, not. I mean, just use the, the old sound.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
started using that for full power for certain
Hey, it works. It looks
transitions.
good.
Yeah, but all right. Anyways, guys, so this week, obviously, per usual, Marvel is coming in super hot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 releases
Oh my
this
god.
week for just Marvel. I'm not going to go over all of them. This week, we're actually going to give you guys a small synopsis on just two of what I would consider something to bring out, and it's worth, I guess, mentioning. And then the rest that I'll definitely, I guess you could consider honorable mention will just be like, yeah, check this out because it looks cool, whatever.
Sounds good.
First one is Marvel Zombies Dawn of Decay #1. So there's a brand new
Ooh.
Marvel Zombies comic that's I just started. And the first sentence actually kind of hooked me. I know you can't see Crystal, but I'm sure she's gonna like this one as well. So check this out. A new zombie virus is unleashed, and Groot is patient zero.
Root?
Yeah,
How the hell does a tree become a zombie?
that's crazy, right? So I
I
guess
guess
we're
we
gonna
gotta
have to
read to
read and
find out.
find out.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, so Groot feels bad, not only because Rocket's latest scheme put them firmly in the crosshairs of the Avengers, but also he's just plain sick. Sap dripping nose and all. Things go from bad to apocalyptic. However, after an ill-timed sneeze in Captain America's face has unforeseeable consequences. Suddenly, Groot is being attacked by a horde of zombified Avengers, and only he and Hulk, with his impenetrable green skin, remain impervious. Now it's up to these two heroes to team up and fight their way through a blighted New York City to Banner's lab in Avengers Tower to find a cure before it's too late. But can Groot keep the hero in check and on track, or will Hulk unleash his deadly might on the zombies they once called friends? Wow. I can't hear you now. You're muted. What happened?
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
fucking hooked.
Yeah.
That
Like
sounds great.
what an interesting story. I
Yeah, what
would
a
have
unlikely
never
duo
imagined this.
in Hulk and Groot together. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I literally would have never imagined seeing those two pairings or
Yeah,
those
right.
two being a pair. Because,
Yeah.
it's like you see Groot, you expect Rocket. Groot and Hulk? That's kind of nuts.
Yeah. Zombie
So,
Groot, that's gonna be very interesting to see. How's that all gonna pan out? So that's a great pick. And that's really, I think that's kind of timely because I think Marvel Zombies is on the horizon. So getting this kind of new event to come out, drum up more interest in the Marvel Zombies property.
uh,
I'm about it. I'm about it.
yeah. Yeah, it's super interesting, very refreshing, something, new for everybody. Um, Now not so new, but it is new because this is another #1 that I'm gonna be highlighting for this week's synopsis is, of course, Exceptional X-Men #1. Okay.
Love to see it.
So in this book, which again, for those that might have been missing out on the last several weeks of us doing this opening segment, X-Men has been on like an up and up and a resurgence, if you will. From the Ashes is what the subtitle of all of these stories that are essentially interconnected all share. So, with Exceptional X-Men #1, Kate Pryde leads a team of all new X-Men. After the fall of Krakoa, Kate Pryde is trying to get as far away from all things X as she possibly can. She's just a regular bartender now. Definitely not getting ready to head up an all-new team of wayward young mutants while avoiding the watchful gaze of Emma Frost.
Ooh.
Nothing in this title but work, dating, and staving off depression. That's it. No never before seen exceptional X-Men to see here. So there you go. So
Have fun.
sounds like a very different type of series of storytellings, if you will. And I did realize this after reading the latest NYX issue. NYX has 2 now. That came out. #2 came out last week. I realized that even though X-Men is coming in hot with like all these new books, and I mean rightfully so, X-Men has a lot of characters, so it makes sense that
It's got a lot of characters.
it's like they're very dispersed, if you
Yeah.
will. The thing that I realized, because now that because I'm actively trying to keep up, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm actively trying to read everything. The issue, or not really the issue, I should say, but the thing is that with each book brings a like a very different flavor. And like if you're expecting certain stories to go a certain way, it's probably not going to happen, because it's like they can either be street level or they could even be like levels below that. And you might, as a reader, you might think like, oh, this is probably not as important or as eventful. So like it
It
is
is
what it
what
is.
Sorry about that. I'm getting some feedback on my end, so I just was trying to figure out what the
Uh,
hell is going on. But yeah, NYX, and that's spearheaded by Miss Marvel, right? She's like the main lead of the team.
yeah, so Miss Marvel, that's how the first issue starts. Like she's essentially like the main character along with like a bunch of other um like new mutants that have not really gotten that type of limelight, at least for me. Like they're new characters for me. But then like by the time you get to the second issue, we have Laura Wolverine. So um yeah, it's like
It's good to get
I'm
some familiar faces in there, though. You know,
yeah,
yeah,
it's cool. Like again, perspectives. If you want to see what everyone's up to, it's really it's nice to see and have all these books. But realistically, I know that the heavy hitting, like you just got to read the main titles. And I don't think this would really be considered a main title, especially I don't know like what's gonna come out of it. But like if you follow like X-Men, if you follow like X-Force, Uncanny, those are like the big ones that so far that I've read them. Like, yeah. These are the ones that I'm looking for.
love that. Hell
So
yeah!
take it for what you will.
It is the year of X-Men. I'll tell you that, and it's been a great ride so far. So
Mm-hmm.
continuing the
Yeah.
train. You got another one for us? Or just the
So
two?
yeah, so just for the sake of time, I'll just
Yeah.
read you a bunch of the ones that I would consider interesting, that if I had an exuberant amount of funds, I'd just be dumping my money all into all these
Fair
books.
enough. All right.
Deadpool team up #1, Get Fury #5. I mentioned Get Fury last week. Kid Venom #2. We have Spider Boy 11. We have Spectacular Spider Man #7. I didn't realize it was already at 7. Marvel and Disney, What If Donald Duck Became Thor #1.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Daredevil 13, Immortal Thor 15, Incredible Hulk 16. We got Miles Morales 24, Moon Knight Annual #1, Scarlet Witch 4, Ultimates 4, and then of
And of course,
course we're back to the Venom War. That was bars. Venom War Spider-Man 2, Venom War #2. So
wow, love it. Love to see it. Good year for Marvel all around. That Disney team up is really interesting. So I wonder because I know that there was a Minnie Mouse one not too long ago, also, or there's a Minnie Mouse one going to be coming out. I think she was like Miss Marvel, something like that. But
Mm.
pretty interesting stuff. I know it's probably definitely reaching a different demographic than what comic book readers are normally used to. But so we'll see.
Yeah.
Love me some Donald Duck anyway, so I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, thank you for the comic recap.
Got you. No worries. Stay reading,
Yeah,
guys.
stay reading, stay up to date. It's tough, hard out there. It's hard enough with the fucking movies and TV shows. Speaking of which, Agatha All On starting in 2 weeks from today.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm very excited because it's going to be bringing more witchiness into the MCU during the holidays, the Halloween holidays, as well as bringing in some new, more powerful characters, which is going to be really really cool. Um, yeah, I'm all excited. We're not the big world's biggest Scarlet Witch show fans, but this is definitely going to be an interesting show. It's going to be basically full female cast outside of Scarlet Witch's son. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but it's gonna be
Hmm.
interesting to say the least. So I'm looking very much so forward to it. Plus, it's also the next Marvel thing we're getting for a while because I think we're supposed to still be getting Friendly Neighborhood at some point this year. I think
Hmm.
I don't remember. Eyes of Wakanda also maybe. Oh, and What If. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Plenty of stuff to look forward to. As far as
yeah,
Agatha is concerned, it's one of the shows that hasn't really been on my radar. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna watch it regardless because that's just how it goes with Marvel stuff. So I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping it has a similar effect that WandaVision had, where it was a show that I went into with like little to no expectation and it just blew me out the water. I'm hoping that at least happens here. Cuz like honestly, that side of the Marvel like universe where it's like, witchcraft based and all that, I am not really that versed in at
yeah,
all. Like aside from Scarlet Witch, like dude, when WandaVision was coming out, I didn't even know who Agatha was until she made her debut. And then of
yeah.
course you go online and Twitter's like, "Oh, it's Agatha."
Of course,
Like
it's
that's
Agatha.
great. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
don't you know?
right? I'm like, no, who is this? Like, I definitely do not lie. I keep it a buck at
Yeah,
all times.
you
If
got
I
it.
know you, you'll know. If I don't, you'll know. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm gonna watch it with fair eyes.
Yeah, I'm also going in pretty blind to this. I don't really know anything about the witchy side of this, but from what I've seen, it seemed the general consensus seemed to be that they're just kind of pulling any kind of witch character they can to be in the show, versus it revolving around team ups or whatever it is. But I'm giving it a fair shake. I'm not really expecting anything going in outside of just quality Marvel TV. Hopefully, the TV shows outside of Secret Invasion have been relatively good, so I'm not expecting anything worse from this, you know. So we'll see. We'll check back with us in 2 weeks when the
Yeah.
first episode drops.
Yeah.
Um, before today's, or I guess this week's question of the week comes once again from Uchi. Thank you, Uchi. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
yeah.
If you want to submit your question of the week, please feel free to DM us anywhere. Um, You can email us, shoot us a DM on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Let us know if you have any burning questions that you would like to see us answer. But today's question is let me I thought I had it written down exactly how you phrased it, but I want to get exactly what you said.
It's fine.
Where the hell was it? Definitely not that far back. So this week's question of the week is, how would you feel if Artie Doom killed
Oh.
Tom Holland Spider-Man in either Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, or in Spider-Man 4?
Mm.
We'll go you first, since it's your question. How would you feel if Tom got nixed by Artie Doom?
So I think storyline wise, it makes perfect sense. Now, obviously, I would never want to see any of my Spider-Men dying because that's terrible.
Right, that's the worst.
It is the worst. But you know what? Technically, this wouldn't even be his first death. It seems like Mr. Tom has he's gonna have a track record if he dies yet again to, of course, be brought back.
Yeah, but I guess the first time wasn't necessarily his fault. I mean, dying most of the time isn't your fault, but in in this
Yeah, what?
being dusted was absolutely there's nothing he could do. I don't know if that was not he came back. It was like magically killed, versus like
Yeah, well, that's
whatever.
that's gonna be that, but that's the thing. This death will have way more weight
Mm,
to it.
mhm.
It'll be way more devastating.
I don't know, man. Him being held in Iron Man's arms, fading away, that to top that would be very hard.
Well, here's the pro. Okay, not even a problem, but here's the thing. Right, you can't even parallel that. Like, imagine if the scene happens where they have the face off, they're past the face off, and they're fighting at this point, and Tom is just trying to fight for his life because it's freaking Doom, bro. Like, it's Doom.
Right.
And this is not gonna be the Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good type of moment. This is literally gonna be like you're hurting me type shit. And if what ends up happening from the comics, as far as what Doctor Doom did to Thanos, instead of Thanos, it happens to Peter instead, the internet will
Insanity.
be in an emotional wreck.
I doubt that would ever happen, especially to a Sony character one, which is the biggest. Sony's not gonna let their mans go out like that. However, I think it'll have to be a show of force to take out your Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man's biggest supporter in all this. For Tom Holland Spider-Man to see Iron Man come back, and not have an emotional reaction would be insane after everything that he's been through, especially hot off the heels of Aunt May passing, losing everybody. It's going to be hard not to have that connection, right? Especially when nobody knows who he is. Now it's a person that doesn't even know he existed that looks like his old mentor. So that all that's going to play into it. I don't know. I don't see them. I don't see RDJ Iron Man killing him or RDJ Doom killing him. I could see like another Doom killing him or a Doom bot or something that's not him, and then having something happen where well, I don't even know. I don't want to put out too many theories out there. Maybe have RDJ Iron Man snap and be like, "Wait, I am Iron Man," or have any. Don't let me cook, please. Get me out of the kitchen. But
I don't know what you're
have a
cooking right
moment.
now.
Have a moment where um Tom Spider-Man passing is meaningful to Iron Man Doom, RDJ Doom, versus Doom kill him. I think that's the better play, as much as it would be absolute insanity, pandemonium across the entire, fandom to have this kind of moment.
So I think what'll end up happening, I guess what'll make the most sense is there will be obviously some sort of like quarrel, and it'll lead into like that moment taking place. And the whole time, I think what would make sense is if while it's happening, that piece of the symbiote that got left behind in the 616, I feel like that symbiote will have already be will be already following Peter. And so at the same time, I feel like how this would really be effective is if Peter doesn't realize that who he sees as Tony, he doesn't know that that's not the same Tony. So in order for the scene to be more effective and to like I guess draw out more emotion out of people watching,
Mhm.
I think what would have to happen is there would have to be a disconnect because obviously he'll be so confused and lost, and then he'll even be more confused when they're fighting, and the next thing you know, Doom kills him, and that's gonna hit him so hard. So that way, when Doom leaves him for dead, the symbiote revives him. He wakes up, and now he's mad, and he's just like, Like he goes into his darkest place because again, he is all alone. There's no MJ, there's no Ned, there's no May, there's nobody. He has no one, no one even knows who he is anymore. And now he doesn't even have the mentor that he thought he had surprisingly somehow come to life, kill him. And with the symbiote, you already know the symbiote initially has that effect on you where it will like negatively, like
Yeah.
it'll like affect your psyche in a way,
Yeah. It
you
basically
know?
it's like a anti version of yourself. In some
Yeah,
it makes you
exactly.
more brash, just like Toby,
And
like
that's gonna be
gets better
crazy to see.
answers.
Yeah, nah. I would be super surprised if that happened. And maybe this is how they involve, Toby and Andrew because, that's also like up in the rumor mill that obviously they want them involved, but like how are they gonna just throw them right back into the fray of things?
Right.
It's like, are they really gonna just be the scapegoats to always save Peter? Like, is that what we're doing here?
Right.
And I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't.
I feel like that's kind of what happened to Miles in a sense in Spider Verse. Is that all the Spider Man ended up coming to help save Peter in the end, and then he was like trying to break out of that. Or sorry, trying to save Miles in the end. He's trying to break out of that. So we don't want to have like a similar dynamic where it's like the other Spider-Man are coming to help our Spider-Man. Like we want to see our Spider-Man kind of learn and grow on his own.
Exactly. And like I don't get me wrong, like I would love to see Toby and Andrew back. I just want them to be back in a better way,
Right.
in a way that makes more sense
Yeah.
and not something that's gonna, I guess, make Tom's Spider-Man look weaker in
Right.
the long run, in hindsight, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I think that's tough in a scenario like this where it's the fourth movie. We already had them come in and kind of help save the issue that he caused in the first place. So to have them come back and it would have to not be a mentor position. It would have to be like a supporting role. Like they're working together as a team more so than I guess kind of like when they're in the lab scenario
Right.
versus when they're trying to help him kind of understand everything that's happening to him and work together as Peters versus here's the older Peters coming in to give Tom the advice, right? Like I kind of feel like that's where it needs to go. Um, but personally, I kind of want to see them. I don't want to see them until it's absolutely necessary, or like if there's Toby Spider-Man 4 or Andrew gets a third Spider-Man. Like it's kind of what I want to see. I would even be okay with this introducing a Miles to the situation and have a Miles come in Spider-Man 4 versus bringing back something. So bring us the next Spider-Man who will most likely be Miles and have him lead the charge alongside of Pete and have that kind of dynamic going versus bringing the old guard back in. Because chances are we'll probably get a Hugh Jackman. Sorry, we'll get a Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, fucking Mark Ruffalo scene with the big three, or Cap
Mark
coming or
Ruffalo is
Iron Man
not the
coming
big
back.
come on. What?
Hulk
What?
Spider Man, Wolverine. Listen, those three were on your Mount Rushmore. Am I wrong? Or
Okay,
I don't
but
remember the other
that's
ones,
a
but
that's different,
if
Joey.
you tell me if you see Wolverine, Spider Man, and Hulk in action together on your screen at the same time, that you're not going to absolutely shit your pants when
Oh,
they
of
come in.
course, but that's
Exactly.
no,
That's what we need
no.
to
It
see.
needs
That's what we
to
need to see.
be Tony for that iconic shit.
Mark Ruffalo, his face, Smart Hulk is just going to be plastered everywhere.
No, no, not like this. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
so
we'll see. Because
we'll see.
I don't think as much as I want an Amazing Spider-Man 3 or a Toby Spider-Man 4, I don't think that's happening right now.
Mhm.
With how they're moving, I don't. It would almost feel out of place,
I agree.
because
Yeah.
like we want it, but as far as the linear story goes, it's like yeah, they could get involved for Secret Wars and all that, but to have their standalones like people want,
It would have to be exclusively Sony. It would have to have nothing to do with the MCU for it to work right now. But I don't even see it working for a while because I mean Toby's getting up there. Andrew's in his 40s, which is like
Yeah,
wild
but
to
they
think
still
about.
look. They're no one's gonna care. Listen,
It's true.
if people want Hugh to play Wolverine till he's 90, it seems like
Oh,
he's
he's
gonna be playing
90.
Wolverine till he's
Yeah,
90.
exactly.
It's like there's at this point in time, there really is no reason outside of them just wanting to do it for the sake of doing it to recast anybody at this point. It's like why do we have to pit ourselves in that corner? It's
Right.
like if the actor or actress is ready, available, and willing to play the character, why change it?
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know if it's their time right now anymore though. So my vote is for don't kill Tom and introduce Miles in Spider-Man 4.
I
Whoever
I will
whoever Miles is going to be.
Yeah, I'll add to that though with the Miles thing before I forget. Like, it would be super interesting if Spider-Man 4 actually was the movie that introduced Miles officially, because then we're gonna have a similar situation to what we had with the freaking game. Because
Mm,
in Spider-Man 2, a similar shit happened where Peter got the black suit. He started acting up. He started feeling himself. He was like all evil and like abrasive and
mhm.
no patience. And Miles was the one who had to check Mans. So I don't know if they're gonna be ready for all that to happen so fast, because then at that point it's like Spider-Man 4 is gonna feel like a mess. It's like
Yeah.
we have all these things going on. Like that's why I think they're gonna wait for Miles.
Yeah.
As much as I would like to see that, with how with how the story is looking, how it's shaping, the fact that RDJ is back in the mix as Doom, then we have the Fantastic Four lingering. We don't even know what's gonna happen out of the Cat movie, the Thunderbolts movie. Like there's things that are already in play
So much.
that are gonna like actually get the wheel turning.
It's true.
So I don't know.
I do see Miles coming in around next either this end of this phase or start of next phase because of how Miles came into M616 in the comics is that he got pulled over by Maker by, from the Ultimate Universe to the 616 universe and now just lives in the 616 universe. So it's like I kind of see something like that happening with an incursion event. Miles comes over from where the fuck ever, whatever
I see what you're
the ultimate
saying.
universe in the MCU. He comes over and then he's stuck here. And so maybe that's the plot of Spider-Man 4 is now if it's going to be an incursion based movie, how do we then have that all interweave, you know? Because I see Miles being a main driver because he's so popular right now. It would be silly not to capitalize on it, even though he's already the star of Spider Verse. To have
Hmm.
him be in the MCU would just be like it's a no brainer.
All right. Side question that relates
Yeah.
to this that I'm gonna ask you now.
Okay.
Do you think that if they actually follow through with killing Peter, are they going to Infinity War us? Meaning that if they do kill him, that is how the movie ends, and we do not see Tom's Peter Parker until he comes back again, once again, in the black suit.
Are you saying like Doomsday ends with Peter dying, or Spider 4 ends with Peter dying, and then he comes back in Secret Wars in the black suit, and that's like the first time we see him?
As the Undertaker,
That'd be
pretty
fucking.
much. Yes.
um, I think it'd be very poetic in a sense if it was like RDJ Doom does kill him at the end of the movie, and then maybe Spider 4 happens, and it's like before the events of that movie, kind of like how they did with the, Captain Marvel to like make it make sense. Is Infinity War at the end? You get the call, Samuel Jackson, fucking Nick Fury. Jesus, I can remember his name. Nick Fury sends the message out on the pager to Carol. Carol at the end of Infinity War. Endgame. Carol's introduced after Captain Marvel airs. So
Right.
to have kind of like a setup movie that kind of shows us the process of
Mm.
how it gets to that point would be really fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie, like that would be dope. So to have that setup and payoff would be really cool. because getting the black suit in Secret Wars is gonna hit like crack when we when we finally see it, especially like in a way that's, assumingly going to be done very well. You know, I think the Russo brothers will nail it. Kevin Feige's gonna nail it. So to finally see that panel where he's kind of like stanced up all weird, you know what I mean?
It's coming.
It's gonna look really good.
Fire.
Yeah, I'm about it. Do you have a black suit Spidey shirt on right now?
Yep, that's what I was pointing out.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
I wore it on
So
purpose.
I
I know
think
what today is. It's Wednesday. You know what
it is
that
Wednesday.
means.
I got my One Piece shirt on.
Hey, it's all right. Literally, I wore my Naruto for full power, and we are talking about Dragon Ball Daima, so you know it's
Yeah,
all good.
it is what it is.
Yeah, dude.
Um, yeah, I would love to see that shit.
I'm excited. There's a
Yeah,
lot to look
very
forward to.
excited. So we got 3-4 years worth of speculation to get through before we even get to that moment.
Yeah.
So, hey man, I'm ready. I'm all about it.
Hmm.
All right, we'll put the button on that. Um,
It is time.
It is
I think
time.
it's time for Miss Chris to make her debut. I'm gonna unmute her now
I,
on here, and then I gotta unmute her on our app. Miss Crystal, can you hear us?
Yes.
Awesome.
I can't
Alright, how
see
the
myself on the live though.
do you I can let me switch. There we go. So Crystal has a little bit of feedback for us, which is okay. She's joining us. This is a very temporary setup, but on Friday, I think Uch is gonna get her hooked up. It's gonna be good.
headphones is the
Headphones.
key to everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So while you're listening to this playback, I apologize. It's gonna have a little bit of echo in a sense, but if you watch the clip, the highly edited clip is gonna sound great. It's gonna be wonderful. So nobody have worries. So this is our great new segment. I think this is week 4 of us doing it now with whiteboards. So for those keeping tally, do you have yours on your Ooch?
It's downstairs if you want me to run and get it.
Yeah, go get it real fast, and I'll introduce. Make this easier. So, Chris, I'm gonna mute you really fast so I can explain this. Yeah, sorry, the echo is coming through Crystal, so it'll stop once we get started. So the way this is gonna work is this is the Who Am I? Crystal, how many lines do you have for us? 5?
6.
6. So Crystal has 6 lines. So this is the Who Am I? We have 6 lines or 6 chances to guess the Marvel character. Thank you, Crystal, for putting this together. We're gonna do a 1, 2, 3 reveal after every line, but Crystal is the master of writing. A little bit better at this than Uchi and myself, which is okay. So, but basically, we're gonna do. Crystal's gonna read us the lines. We're gonna guess on our whiteboards. We're gonna reveal, and then we'll go from there. So once Uch is back, we'll get started. But as of last week, Uchi has 2 points. I have 0 points. You get 1 point for, or you get a max of however many how many lines there are, and it goes down by 1 after every line. So Uchi has 2 because he got it from second from the bottom one of the hints last week. But it was really good, Crystal. I got to say your hints were incredible.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. And just for everyone to know, wait, can everyone hear me right now?
Yes, I'm just gonna turn you up just a little bit.
Okay. So for speaking to chat or whoever's watching, so the characters I choose, they're going to be Marvel characters. They don't necessarily have to have powers, but so it could be pretty much any known Marvel character. I'm not going to choose anyone like, for example, like Hawkeye's kids or something like that. Like I definitely need enough information to create a little page, like description for them. So just so
Thank
you
you.
guys know.
Appreciate that.
All right. Did I miss anything?
I just introed the game and then kind of gave a rundown on how it's going to work. So Basically, what we're going to do is Crystal's going to read us a line. We're going to be quiet, so that way there's no echo. Crystal's going to give us a clean read. We're going to guess, and then we'll do a 3, 2, 1 reveal, and then Crystal will be able to see who we guessed. Test. Perfect. I have our score. So one more time. Uchi is up 2-0 because we started taking score last week. You get 1. So this week, Crystal has 6 lines. So the max amount of points you can score is 6. And it'll go down from there. Let's fucking go. That's the soundbite I need.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Each section. So what I wanted to do was quickly, because I know last week, Uchi had read off the one that I had written, but one thing that I forgot to tell him to do was kind of like describe a couple of the hints throughout the paragraphs, because some people may not know some information. So I was gonna just quickly go over that. It'll be super quick. There's not many. So last week's person that I had chose was Scarlet Witch, Wanda. So quickly, the first section was, I am powerful more than people care to admit. One of the most powerful, if you ask me. I've been consumed, I've loved and lost, but don't want to love again. There's a whole bunch of discourse over the fact that if Scarlet Witch is actually powerful for whatever reason. I don't know why, because obviously she is one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe, and you know, she has been consumed by loss, you know, sadness, all that. The whole loved and lost was in regards to Vision. She's angry, she's vengeful, all I see is red. Red was kind of a nod to her outfit. You know, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, does it, father? Magneto is her father, for those who don't know. I am burdened by the thought of family, or oh brother, how I love thee, and the pair I did not bear, a paradox I am. She lost her brother, Quicksilver, the pair she did not bear, which is the twins that she had, but really didn't have. A paradox I am, just saying that since she's the most powerful yet, like, her family's her kryptonite, basically. Don't worry, I'll be back. I've got magic by my side. That was just a hint that the magic was, you know, Wanda, and the fact that she died. You know, that's the what was the movie?
It was
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. Yes. So that's just a brief description of that. Now I'm gonna get into this week's. Okay. So the first section. Ah, yes. Remember me? It's been a while. I know. I'm always an afterthought. Or at least it feels that way. That's the first section.
Can you read it one more time?
Yep. Ah, yes. Remember me? It's been a while. I know. I'm always an afterthought. Or at least it feels that way.
Just so the audience knows, I'm muting Crystal for right now. I'm always an afterthought. What the fuck? It's been a while.
We don't have to guess right now. Yeah.
We should guess every round.
I'm not guessing every round.
Yeah. No, we're not going to be out, but just so that way we have the content.
My guess is
Wait, no. Write it down, and then we'll do 1, 2, 3. He's gonna write these nuts. I can fucking see it in his eyes.
I thought about it, but I really have nothing. But I'll write something down for the sake of writing it down. But
okay,
we should reveal at the end.
No, because this way then we're guessing every round.
All right.
And then that way, then if you get it this round, then you get the points. If I get it this round, or if I don't get it this round, then we just keep going. Then it's over.
All right,
All
I
right.
got my number one.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Ella, what is yours?
Loki.
Uch has Loki.
Loki? No.
I
All
like
right.
I like that we both went Norse dudes. Okay, hold on one sec, Crystal.
There's one line in here that is just a very short one, so I'm just gonna group it with the third section. Yeah, I'm just gonna group it with the third section. So, all right, next section. But I don't get it. I'm skilled, smart. Technically, I can regenerate. I'm tactical. I'm basically a master assassin.
I have my guess.
Locked in.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. No.
On both?
Yep. No.
Yeesh.
Okay. Next section.
Surprised Joey said
Well-
Taskmaster.
Oh, sorry. What did he say?
No, I was just saying I was surprised that Joey said Taskmaster.
Yeah, because
Oh.
everybody forgot about his ass.
That's true. Okay, next section. Third section. Well, I guess I'll never measure up to her. I'm supposed to love her, but I do love him. I did love him. I don't know. I'd do anything for him. I've done anything for him. But that wasn't enough. I'm not enough, even though he loved me to pieces.
I have no idea who this is.
Loved me to pieces. That I feel like that's the biggest hit. Loved me to pieces. Never measure up. Fuck.
I am so stumped. You have no idea.
Crystal's too like she's eclipsed us in nerddom with how good these fucking things are.
Yes, now I could do. The next line is kind of short.
Yeah, I'm going to buy. I'm giving her buy this round.
Yeah, I'm cooked right now.
Okay, so I'll say there's 2 more sections. The next one is short. So the next section is, I was evil, but now, I guess now they call me one of those anti-heroes.
There's so fucking many of them. Love me to pieces. Forgot about me.
I don't know if it's this person.
The next one, this is because it's supposed to get easier as it goes on. This last one should give it away.
Oh fuck.
I
Okay,
have
well,
a feeling I know who it is,
guess.
but let me hear it.
You want to?
Wait, no, I want to make a guess real fast.
All right, so we're writing these ones.
Do you have a guess for this round?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Oh wait, no, my guess doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm gonna fucking guess anyway. I guess. I just realized. Okay, my guess is Black Cat.
My guess is Mystique.
Oh shit!
Damn. I could have sworn it was Mystique.
I feel like Mystique was a really good guess. She said is gonna give it away, and then we're gonna be like, fucking what?
Should give it away.
Okay.
Okay, the last section. Sure, my actions haven't been forthcoming. My envy so green, my skin metallic blue. But truly all I wanted was her love, my sister's love.
Metallic blue? Looks like it.
I mean, I don't know. Anti-hero? No, this can't be who I think it
Blue
is.
ass? This is fucking Mega Mind.
I don't know who this is. I really don't. Like I have,
Yeah, read it one more time.
Go ahead.
Like
yeah.
the whole thing or the last section?
The last one.
Okay. Sure, my actions haven't been forthcoming. My envy so green, my skin metallic blue. But truly all I wanted was her love, my sister's love.
Who the fuck's got blue skin? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I honestly, I'm tapped. I'm completely stumped. I have nothing. I have no idea who this is.
Your Marvel Snap has failed you.
Because, yo, any character that I could think of that matches any slight description doesn't make sense to the rest of the context that's provided. So I'm taking an L on this one. If Joey can guess this, this is all you.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on, wait. Let me dig. My only guess right now would be like Polaris. Green. She doesn't have emerald blue skin, but daddy issues. Everybody kind of forgot about her. That's all I can think of.
Are quotations around regenerate and skin.
Is it not real skin? Who the fuck is blue? Or not blue? I'm giving up. Polaris is my guess.
All right, I'm gonna. All right. I'll write something down for the sake of just trying to guess something, but I don't think this is who it is. Yo, because you win. You win. Okay, I'm ready to reveal.
Okay.
The final reveal? Oh god.
Yeah, it's like the only person I could think of.
All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1. The blue Kool-Aid Man.
Wow. I didn't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
All right, Crystal, well, you bodied us. Who is this person?
You sure you want to take one more? You want me to read it one more time and see if you guys could guess it, or
Yeah. Read the whole thing through one more time.
Yes. Remember me? It's been a while. I know. I'm always an afterthought. Or at least it feels that way. But I don't get it. I'm skilled, smart, technically I can regenerate. I'm tactical, and I'm basically a master assassin. Well, I guess I'll never measure up to her. I'm supposed to love her, but I do love him. I did love him. I don't know. I'd do anything for him. I've done anything for him. But that wasn't enough. I'm not enough, even though he loved me to pieces. I was evil, but I guess now they call me one of those anti-heroes. Sure, my actions haven't been forthcoming, my envy so green, my skin metallic blue, but truly all I wanted was her love, my sister's love.
I got it.
I think I know who it is now because chat said it.
Yes, that's exactly how I got it.
Is it Nebula?
Yeah.
Mother.
Okay. There, nice. Okay, you know what? fair fucking play. I will give it to you. You completely stumped us.
Yeah, Crystal, that was good as hell.
I'm glad. So
that
wait,
means-
who guessed
so
it
wait
in
a
the
minute.
chat?
That means she gets points. She'll get like all the points. If we're completely stumped, she has to get points.
Crystal's now in the running.
As a game master, imagine that.
How many clues were there, Crystal?
Like 5, right?
Oh, it was Giga who guessed it.
Yes, it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh,
I did the
yeah.
same damn thing, and then it all clicked. I was like, nah.
So yeah, so now that I'm thinking about all the lines, it makes perfect sense. She's talking about Thanos.
Yep.
She's talking about Gamora.
Blue skin, motherfucker. I've watched the behind the scenes of Karen getting that fucking suit on for hours, and her complaining about how much it sucked. I've seen that blue skin.
I'm like,
Metallic to kind of
yeah.
like a hint that she's like metal blue.
Yeah, the anti-hero thing also threw me off as well.
So I wasn't originally gonna put that in, but when because I was kind of looking for more words to use
I think we lost
to
him.
make it a little bit longer, and that was actually one of the words that they did use for her.
Okay. That makes sense.
It makes sense that she's an anti-hero. Just because like the Guardians aren't necessarily always like the good guys, you know? And then she's also kind of outside of that, not always. She's just kind of in the Guardians for Guardians 3. But good fucking job. Golly.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So everybody in the chat say thank you, Crystal. Please tell her right now, say thank you, Crystal. She will be back again once again next week with a much better setup, and we won't have all the echo, and it'll be incredibly good. Thank you. There you go. We need like a hand sign. Like incredibly is the eye. I think I did it before, but it doesn't look good. So
that just looks weird.
So Crystal, any last words for the people?
No, I think that is everything. Good job, Giga, for getting it.
Yeah.
Fair play. Giga, keep track of your points. You got 1 point. And then so we will be back with more. Always, this is Uchi's game. Now his fiance's game. So
that's hers. She owns the rights.
Yeah, it's true. I saw the trademarks go through. So
yeah. Yep.
We're gonna kick Crystal, but Crystal, once again, thank you. Yay! I don't have. Do you have? Hit your applause. Hit your applause, John. It is Gamora. I think it's Gomora instead of like Gamora. But all right, Crystal, thank you. I'm kicking you off of just the stream for right now. Wow. Thank you, Crystal.
That was godlike.
Crystal's always good. That's like insane. Oh, it's Gamora, not
that's it.
Gamora.
With an A.
Yeah, Gamora. Well, shit. Fucking blue.
That was well done, man. Like
yes,
I'm impressed. Another week, and except this time, we did not win. None of us won.
We didn't win shit.
That kind of scares me because imagine like these just get like harder and harder.
Yeah.
Imagine like
I get smarter.
Imagine she makes one where it's like, guys, it's Peter Parker, and we're just like, duh.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Gonna be looking like a bunch of fucking dunces. Whatever. Crystal, good job. Thank you once again. I promise we'll get better as this goes.
Yeah.
You know, it's also late. It's like midnight 30. So what take it with a grain of salt. We got to do this like live in like on like a Sunday morning after we get home from like Perkins or some shit. And so they're like, we got brain activity going. We're like locked in.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is on the docket? I have a game for us. We got about 6 minutes to run through a game, but we were gonna do the trilogies ranking.
Oh, we're not gonna have time for that. That's gonna take us another like half hour.
So we'll leave it up to you guys for now in the chat, but we're gonna do a trilogies ranking of. I want to do specifically MCU movies, because the only other there's Blade. I guess we can throw them in, but the Blade trilogy, and the X-Men trilogy. Is there 2 X-Men trilogies?
No, I don't think so
It's kind of all.
because
I was gonna say like Dark Phoenix, Days of Future Past, and then is First Class.
well, it's First Class, then it's Days of Future Past,
Yeah,
then it's Apocalypse,
oh, that's
then
right.
it's Phoenix. So they got 4 movies, which would not make it a trilogy.
So does Thor. We don't count. We count the.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll see what people say. We should do whatever is the most divisive, so people hate us.
Mm.
Oh, sorry, I'm bumping and fucking everything. So we'll do that next week. That's easy enough. But so to get us back in the mood, we can run through this quick, just because we need content. We always got content. We're always going to playing a game on Incredibly. This week we have Guess the X-Men by the emojis. I'm going to say one more time in the game.
Oh.
This week we have Guess the X-Men by the emojis. I have a new structure for the game, so it's going to go like this. It's going to go 4 easy ones. Okay, so you can feel good about yourself, get your brain juice flowing. We got 4 medium ones. Okay, maybe some stumpers if you're not too sure. And then we got some hard ones.
Oh, great.
Okay, so it's going to be 4, 4, and 4. We'll see how it goes. Everybody, feel free to play along at home. Uchi, the only rule is that you can't look at chat.
All right, minimize right now. See
And
you guys later.
And don't be Googling shit either. But
I never
don't think-
do.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, just to make sure. So everybody, feel free to play along at home. If you know the emoji, type it in the chat. Let us know. I slaved over this for like 10 minutes today. So
Nice.
So guess the X-Men by the emojis. Here we go. Who is this X-Men?
Angel.
Easy, right?
Bet.
See?
Let's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Easy. You got the money bags because he's rich as fuck. You got the wing and he's an angel. Easy
Yeah.
enough. All right. Who is this X-Men?
Is it? Wait. Cable?
It is not Cable. You're pretty close. Give you one more guess.
That clock is throwing me off now. Well, there goes all my momentum.
It's okay. No, you got this. Think about it. It was pretty close to Cable. It was
Forge?
It is not Forge. This is Bishop.
Oh, it's yeah.
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 It's hard to show off power sets with emojis, I've found. So
Yes.
yeah. Well, I used a little bit of AI to help me out, and the way that this differentiated Cable and Bishop was they used a black man emoji. I'm like, I don't think I can put that in the game. I don't think that I don't think that's good to do that. So left out. So this is Bishop. That's okay. Who is this?
Gambit.
This is not Gambit. I'll give you one more.
Cyclops?
It is not Cyclops. Ooch, this is Jubilee.
Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
Fireworks. Yeah, you got to get your head on straight. Shake it out. Shake it out.
Embodied right
All
now.
right,
What
this is the last of the easy ones. All right. Who is this?
It's Rogue.
This is not Rogue. I'll give you one more. Think of what you got on the screen. You got a magnet, a green heart, and a star. It kind of represents powers.
Polaris?
It is indeed Polaris.
Ooh,
Good job.
Jesus.
All right, that's it for the easy ones. Crystal called you a fool, which is really funny for not getting Jubilee. But it's okay. All right. Who is this X-Men?
Oh, that's Forge.
This indeed is Forge.
Ah, okay.
There you
Here
go.
we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
There we go.
Coming back. You're on a roll now. Who is this X-Men?
Storm.
It is not Storm.
Fuck.
You got fire. Kind of got like.
Yeah, like what is the middle emoji supposed to represent?
Think of it as like a recycle, kind of reuse, kind of like a reduce, reuse, recycle. emoji.
So fire recycled into lightning.
Don't take it like that.
But that's the hard part about the
Yeah.
emoji game.
Yeah.
It's like when you see it on screen, it's like hard to not take it deliberately. Damn.
Your fiance was correct in this one. She's like been the encyclopedia. She's just
She's
like
been on her
reading it.
shit, man. Like she knows what she's talking about. I have no idea.
This is. Did you give a guess already?
I gave one guess.
Okay. This is Havoc because he can reuse energy, fire, all that jazz.
Oh, see, if I saw the fire as like energy,
Right.
I see the fire as fire. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is no
That's why I got
X-Men
the
character.
lightning bolt. Yeah. I know what you mean. All right. Who is this character?
Oh, Dazzler.
That is indeed Dazzler.
Frame one.
Good job. Yeah, frame one.
Mhm.
Easy. Who is this Marvel character?
Feather, muscle, swords.
These are the last few, so these are a little bit harder.
Yeah. Is that feather supposed to be like how do I want to say this? Like, does it represent a certain animal?
No.
And an X-Men Warpath.
You fucking nailed that shit. Look at
Cracked.
that.
I am cracked, son.
Good job.
That's
You
a
get it
snap
from the-
right there.
You get it from the feather or you get it from the daggers?
So basically, in my head, I'm thinking of like, okay, if the feather did not represent an animal, then it must have to represent something culturally. So I thought feather, maybe it has something to do with Native American, Cherokee, something like that. And I'm like, who in X-Men has any of those types of connections? And then I thought of Warpath. Now,
Yep.
I will be honest, I can't even remember if I've ever seen Warpath in action in anything outside of Marvel Snap.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he was introduced like in the 80s, I believe. But
I believe it.
He's not necessarily the most popular X-Men. But
Did anybody in chat get that one?
No.
Yeah, I didn't fucking think so. Let's go. Come on now.
All right. Who is this Marvel character? Now these are the hard ones, so these are going to be a little bit more tough.
Okay. So we have a worm and we have a plate with a fork and a knife. And we have a blue circle.
A lot of times when I have like circles or squares or something that's colored is to represent the color more so than to represent like
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, this one's definitely. Ooh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this one. Because like when I see the worm and then I see like the middle emoji, to me that's like almost emphasizing like this person eats worms.
It's the boogeyman.
Right? Yeah. I don't know this one.
All right, this is Maggot.
Yeah, I never heard the character. So
Maggot is a mutant that has two parasites that live inside of him that eat food, but also if he doesn't, it helps him digest food. But if he doesn't have them, then he dies. But he has like this power to kind of sense memories of where he is in the world because of these worms.
that's
So
weird.
like in my room right now, he'd be able to see like past memories and events that have happened here. It's pretty crazy. Magneto found him like out in the fucking desert, so it was pretty wild.
Such
All
a
right, anyway,
weird sort of abilities.
that's like I love when people talk about X-Men because it's like mutations aren't always good, you know? Like some
Yeah.
people just like Blob is literally just like a blob, you know? So, all right, who is this character?
Bone, fist, knife. Crossbones.
It is not Crossbones.
Okay. I don't even know if that's actually a mutant.
Yeah, I don't
Now
know
that
if
I
he's a
think
mutant
about
either,
it.
but
I think Crossbones maybe from Daredevil. I don't even know. um, hmm. Hmm. How many more do we have after this one?
there's 2 more after this one?
There's no hints in this game, is there?
No.
I can't redeem no hints. That's
No, the hints
fucked.
are on the screen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Bones. Fist could be like punching. Knife could be representing like cutting.
Very good observations.
I mean, it can't be Wolverine, can it?
I can see why you would think it's Wolverine, but it would not be Wolverine. Wolverine would be in the easy section.
I would think so,
Yeah.
but I mean, at this point, it's like, why not? That could be a
Mhm.
swerve within a swerve.
It could be.
When I drive.
Brothership, this is X-Men only.
Damn. Um,
There's no shame in passing. If you
yeah,
like
I'm a
to
pass.
Okay, this is Marrow.
Oh, Marrow.
Yeah.
So
Like that fucker from Naruto that uses the bone jutsu.
Kimimaro was my
Yeah,
guy. I
Kimimaro,
fucking
yeah.
loved him, bro. Holy shit. One of my favorite characters in that show.
Mhm.
But yeah, Marrow. So if you had instead of a knife, if it was like another hand, I maybe would have gotten it. Because
Mm,
Marrow is a character I am slightly familiar with.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Who is this character? Now I'll be honest, this is a very, very niche X-Men. So if you know this one, you're a god. I'll say that.
Well, we can disprove that right now because I can tell you right now, all I'm looking at is a wave, airplane, and Sega Dreamcast. So I don't think I'm gonna get this one. Uh, yeah. See, because the thing that I could tell you guys from my comic reading I've been doing over the last few months is that especially in these new X-Men books, there's a bunch of mutants that I've either never heard of before or they're just brand new being introduced into these stories.
There's so many X-Men, dude. It's not even funny.
There's a lot of mutant characters, and a lot of them share similar abilities to some staple characters like Storm, where it's like they are like the mistress of the elements, but not really because they may more or less might just focus solely on like say lightning or whatever. Um yeah, so as far as this one goes, I don't know.
All right. This is Slipstream.
Okay.
If you're familiar.
Slipstream is a name I feel like I may have heard in passing,
Yeah.
but
Slipstream
know.
also sounds like a Ben 10 alien. So Slipstream has the ability to teleport people through like quantum tunnels. Kind of can like take people from A to B, and kind of like that's kind of why the plane is there in a very like close
Okay.
space. So yeah, very very niche character. The wiki entry for Slipstream was like 2 paragraphs. Like that was it. So it was not a lot going on. All right, this is the last one. I think I have faith in you that you can get this one. Who is this X-Men?
Pixie.
It is indeed Pixie. Good job. Let's go.
Marvel Snap. Let's go,
Yes,
boys.
sir. The Pixie also helped as the thing, but that's okay. Good job. That wasn't so bad. How do you think about the format? Them getting increasingly harder.
Nah, that's good. That's a good format. it is frustrating when I'm just like, man, I never heard this fucking character. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
well, I think that's like the benefit or
That's
the
part of it.
downside of that's the fun part, but there's also there's so many fucking X-Men, dude.
Nah,
It's
seriously.
not even funny.
And the fact that I even got like a few
You
right,
yeah, and you knew
that
them once you heard it, you knew it. So
yeah, like
testament to Marvel Snap, go play.
no,
Sponsor us, please,
seriously, no, for real. That
please.
game, you will learn about characters that you may not have even seen in a comic or definitely in the MCU. Pixie, dude, I've never seen this character in action. I saw Pixie in the game.
I think Pixie was in '97 also, but
Oh, you
I could
know
be
what?
wrong.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah, all right, good job. Hey, we may not have won Crystal's game, but you certainly won this one. I'll tell you that. So good job.
Barely. I don't even know how
Hey,
many
it's
points I
okay.
got.
You pulled out Warpath. I wasn't keeping track. So you pulled out Warpath and a few others. You got Pixie. So hey, good job.
I feel like I lost. Not gonna lie, but
That's okay. The real winners were us and the people viewing us. So
true. Thanks, guys.
the real winners were the friends we made along the way. That's gonna do it for us today. If you're a Marvel representative, please sponsor us, Marvel Snap. That'd be awesome, so we can get some free gems. That'd be nice.
Yeah, pay us in game. Yeah,
Yeah, please. If you're interested in more content like this and you want to see us play other games, please make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and then let us know. You can send us a DM on Twitter. One Piece, yes, all the One Piece references. You can send us a game ID on Twitter. If you have a question of the week that you'd like to ask us, feel free to send it over there as well. We'll be back next week with our trilogies ranking, which will be a lot of fun. Hopefully I'm feeling better. I have a little bit more energy. Crystal will be back with a brand new setup. Well, brand new, a new and improved setup. And it'll go very smoothly. It'll be a really good time. So I'm excited. She's been absolutely stumping us. Not fair, but you can find all of our show links down in the description below. Thank you, brothership. Appreciate you being here.
Yo, thank you guys in chat.
Thank you for
Appreciate
everybody
y'all.
that came by and is still hanging out with us. Fun night, all things considered, and we actually talked about Spider-Man, Tony, all that shit for like a good half hour, so that was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
This is the first time that I recorded vertically from the
Oh.
get-go, so we'll see how that shit goes. Maybe my editing will be cut in half, which would be like absolutely insane if that works out like that. So
Yeah.
see how it goes. Uchi, do you have anything that you'd like to plug before we go?
Sure, guys. Aside from us, links in the description to follow all of our socials on TikTok, Instagram, on Twitter, right here on YouTube. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button with the alerts because the bell does matter. Okay. Aside from incredibly, you can also see. Damn, that was loud. You can see us.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You can see us on the Full Power Podcast, where we go from the superhero realm of what we love to the anime and manga realm of what we love. I have Joey on right now. I call him the pay to see. He's that pay-per-view type of talent. Okay, he's that premium live event. You feel me? He's one of those premium guys that you get to see him on the segmented videos on the YouTube, but the full episodes that Joey has been featured on have been on the Patreon page. Yes, Full Power Podcast does have a Patreon, thank God, because otherwise I wouldn't know what we'd be doing. But yeah, so check us out over on there. If you're watching this back, what we will be talking about on that episode will be the top 10 anime of all time. So
I got a list. I'm ready.
I saw that you saw the story, so I figured he's probably gonna bring it to the show.
Because I was like trying to type something out. I was like, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So like I kept going back and forth with myself. So yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time. Last week we talked about I think I ended up talking about One Piece a lot last week.
Nah, and that was
so.
fun though. Like I when I was watching it back, I was like, this is that was good that you had mentioned it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I do want to spoil one answer that I got from that, and it was because it was from Crystal. So it's the top 10 question. She gave me one anime, and it's Terminator Zero, and I will bring it up when we do it tomorrow.
All right,
and I can understand why she would say that. I just thought it was funny. It was just the top 10 is one show, so that shit is godlike. But yeah, we'll talk more about it tomorrow.
It just came out too, so
Yeah, we saw it.
If it's
Fully.
godlike, it's godlike.
It
you know?
is. No,
But you
for
know
real.
what? We can talk about it tomorrow. But you got to get her on the Castlevania anime. He's
I
got
haven't even seen it
vampires and
myself.
shit. Yeah, me neither. But I told Sarah about it. She's like, vampires? I'm like, yeah.
Maybe we can watch it when we
Dracula,
go over.
Alucard. There we go.
That's
Sounds
something
good
to
to
do.
me. All right, friends. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll catch you guys next week at the same time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard. Yeah, so we'll see you then. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
See ya.